here have actually been to Nepal, just by show of hands? Quite a few. So Annapurna is one of the most beautiful regions in Nepal. I also did a beautiful trek in an area called Langtang, and I just fell in love with the place, and I knew that I would come back again. And so this was just my first visit. So from 2001 to this year, which is 22 years, I've been 23 times. So obviously almost once a year since then. My story with Nepal didn't stop there, as there's so many memories for me that are connected with Nepal. Some of them joyous, some of them a little bit sad, but they're all beautiful in some ways. And one of the things that happened is that in 2011, I got married for the first time. And the first thing that I did when I got married is that I wanted to show my wife Nepal. So we ended up going to Nepal not too long after we got married. We had an amazing trip. We hiked to Everest Base Camp, and we stood at the place of Everest Base Camp. I was planning to show you some photos, but it's a beautiful place, and it was a very emotional trip. What happened after that, which some of you might know, is that for other reasons, a couple of years later, my wife passed away. That was a very difficult experience, of course. But the family that I had, the people that I had met in Nepal, that became my friends, that then became my business partners until today, are really like brothers to me. And in the 17th of May of 2007, I managed to become the first Egyptian to reach the top of Mount Everest. It was a lifelong dream, it was a childhood dream, and it brought me so much into my life. Because I had done that, it created a platform for me to send other people on adventures, to inspire other people to see the mountains, because the nature is not only there to climb as a sport, but it's being in nature is a healing thing. And to be able to allow many people to experience that was really amazing. But also, I'm so thankful for that, because having climbed Everest, having achieved or been given this platform, I was able through it to communicate so many things that I'm passionate about, whether it be being an activist for climate change, for equality, for the plight of refugees, so many things in my life that are adjacent to Nepal. But I'm so grateful for that moment.
Nepal has a lot to offer. There are many hikes, even around the capital, Kathmandu itself. If you just hop on an Uber, 30 or 45 minutes drive, you can get there to the mountainside, and chances are you can just hike on your own. And there are too many other mountains, even as high as Mount Everest, a little bit less, not the highest in the world, but they are as brutal as Mount Everest as well. So Nepal is not only Mount Everest. I had the pleasure, many years after Omar, to be the second Egyptian to climb Mount Everest in May 23rd, 2019. What I want to share with you today is what we learned from the mountains, because it's not only about the physical side of the house. Climbing mountains for me has been always good, and Nepal too. The one thing that I learned from climbing mountains, whether in Nepal or any other adventure that I've done around the world, is how to give back. Ever since I came back from Everest in 2019, I've been always contributing time, effort, and energy in order to give back to the community. My next project, where I really see we can benefit a lot of people, and some of you as well, if you want to tag along, is Hike for Mental Well-Being. If you might have not heard about Wadi Degla Protectorate, it's in close proximity from Maadi and every single other district here in Cairo. So Wadi Degla Protectorate is a protected area in Cairo, and I'm leading a project